Hey, welcome to another episode of Big Fred Sports Talk. Today we got a special guest in here. This episode is way bigger than football. You guys are going to love it. I got Big Keilan Neal, FRA, All-State Offensive Lineman, Defensive Lineman, number 64. How you feeling, big guy?
I'm feeling good. Thank you for having me here today.
Man, we appreciate you taking time out today, man. Like I said, this episode is special, man, because trials and tribulations is big in all our lives, careers, and all that. And it's motivation to people, man, to see where you done came to get through all of that. First starting out, can you tell the people a little bit about yourself, some of the things you like to do?
I like to hang out with friends. Well, first of all, I'm Keilan, by the way. I like to hang out with friends, like to game, love sports, love football, love baseball, love track, love doing track, and yeah. That's me.
That's what's up. How long you been playing sports? You start out early, pretty early?
I started playing baseball when I was 3 years old, so T-ball,
right,
down at Parkwood. Right. And I started playing football when I was 5. I remember that first year walking to South Inglewood Cowboys. Right. And Coach Ronnie met me, and my dad went, and they put me straight in the trenches with the big dogs, and I, running them laps. I ain't gonna lie, I cried and ran away. That was the first time I ever touched the football field, and they convinced me to come back, and then I fell in love with it since then.
Man, it definitely paid off, man. You mentioned Parkwood, man. Mm-hmm. Parkwood got a great tradition for building baseball players, and when I did research on you, man, you was a great baseball player, man.
Yeah, that's
Tell us
true.
a little about Parkwood baseball, how that came about, you loving the game.
Parkwood baseball, being out there with Coach Thurman, I was down there with a couple of my friends. Mike Hassel was on my football team. Right. Anthony Brooks was now Lane College for baseball. Cool. Just a couple of friends that people that go to East, and we was with Coach Left, and he taught us baseball. Or my dad and granddad taught me baseball, but he taught me like the team aspect of baseball, and I fell in love with it. We went far. I played there for a while until I went to travel ball, and I was like maybe 8. Right. And then once I went to travel ball, it was fun, and I just fell in love with it.
Man, you definitely got a lot of inner city ties, man. When when your name come up, everybody got a lot of love for you, man. And you set the tone at a very early age, man. Yeah. Succeeding at baseball and football, man, and that's something that people can't take away from you, man. But one of the big things that I was very interested in was the trials and tribulations you faced as a kid. Mm-hmm. Was it true that you had brain cancer at 13 years old?
That is true. That's correct. Let me talk about it a little bit.
How did you? How did that come about? Can you tell the viewers how this even came about?
It was 2021 or 2019. It was 2020 or 2021. It was one of the two. And I was at a baseball game for travel ball. Mm-hmm. First game of the season. We practices was going a little rough for me, because I was dealing with some stuff. And then first game of the season came, and I was in a dugout. And I was about to hit. Well, I wasn't about to hit, but my friend was about to hit, and I was on deck. I was supposed to go on deck, but I couldn't stop twitching. I was twitching, and I knew something was wrong. So I was asking my friends, guys, I can't stop twitching. I don't know what's going on. Can y'all try to hold me? And they was like, nah, man, you good. Mm-hmm. Just nervousness. So then my parents told me when I got to the hospital, I woke up at the hospital. My parents told me I got up and went to the end of the dugout to get my bat and stuff, gear, my gloves and helmet. And I had start a season. Mm-hmm. And once I got to the hospital and I had surgery, they found a tumor on my brain. Okay. And so I had to get it surgically removed. And once I got it surgically removed, they found that the tumor was cancerous. So, that came about. It hit me a little hard because 13-year-old boy, you don't want to find out you got cancer, or brain cancer at that. And me not knowing anything about it, I cried a lot. Right. My mom and dad was there by my side, and we fought through it.
Man, shout out to having a great family, man. You got people that's adults that go through trials and tribulations, especially with cancer. So I can only imagine being a 13-year-old kid not really fully understanding the severity of the condition that you have, man. But I know that was life changing. That affected school and all at one point, didn't it?
It did. I had to move to Atlanta for a month for radiation. Because I had to go to the best radiologist that they could find, and he was in Atlanta. So I moved to Atlanta for a month to do radiology and radiation therapy. And then I came back to Nashville and started doing chemo treatment at Vanderbilt. And so, that affected school. But at the time, we was on Zoom. That was my Zoom year. COVID year. So, it came perfectly because we was on Zoom. So, I was able to still join class and do classwork. But once Zoom ended, you had to go back in school. It was a little rough because I was still doing treatment and radiation. So, I wasn't really... my immune system wasn't allowing me to go back to school because I could easily get sick, and that's not a good thing to do when you're doing chemo. And so I stayed on Zoom, and I would my teacher was just start Zoom calls for me to join and be with my classmates.
Cool.
And
man, it definitely took a village, man. But man, God definitely put His hands on you, man, and that's amazing. It's very inspiring, man. Because when you talk about character, man, when them bad times come, it's how you react that determines who you are. But it's like a 13-year-old kid. It's like it's not fair for him, man. Yeah. But that's why it was so important that the world should know your story, bro. Because you overcame something, man. You had a tumor removed, man, at 13 years old.
Size of a softball.
Moved out of state. It was the size of a softball.
Size of a softball.
Your family had to move out of state to get treatment, chemo, and all that. And you came back, man. And from talking to your family, man, it's like you never make excuses, bro.
Never.
Man, that's inspiring, bro. And then we look, we gonna get into it, but it's like we look at you now, bro. Like a person wouldn't believe that 5 years ago or so that, man, you was fighting for your life, man, as a kid, man, and now look at you, man, all state.
Yeah.
Colleges want you, and man, that's just a story from ESPN. It's bigger than this platform, man.
It's God's time in God's hands,
And I just want to let you know, man, it's very inspiring to me, man. And I know the viewers are going to love it, man. And they're going to research it, man. You're going to get everything you deserve, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
When did you find out that you finally had beat it?
I think I was turning 14 and chemo was going good. And chemo, I ended chemo and I rang that bell. That was the best feeling of my life. I got to go back to school with my friends. I obviously, still had to grow my hair back out and stuff like that. So I wore hats to school. I was already a big kid. The medication they put me on made me gain a couple pounds.
Right.
And so, once I rang that bell, the joy I felt from it. I went and got in my mom's arms and started crying. I'm not gonna lie.
No, man, it's deserved. I'm about ready to cry now. Yeah. You deserve that, man. And it's just, man, it's amazing, man. Just show you what God can do, bro. And it's like right after that, man, it's like you got right back to business, bro.
Yeah.
Like you've been at FRA since the 7th grade.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, that's amazing, man. And I did a research. This is how amazing you are, bro. You rung that bell, and less than 2 years after that, as an 8th grader, a year or so after that, as an 8th grader, you played varsity football.
Yeah, got called up. Hey, let me tell you about that feeling right there.
Yeah.
7th grade year, I wasn't able to play sports, but I was able to play baseball. And so I had got back into baseball, but things wasn't good because I took that year off and I just jumped straight back into it. I told my parents, hey, I'm back now, ain't no point. Why not? So I'm back out there. Things was rough, but I made through it. The 8th grade football came and I was playing middle school, men amongst children out there.
Nah, for real.
So that was easy, and then we had some deaf problems on the O-line with people getting hurt and stuff.
Right.
So my coach came, the high school coach came to Coach Geis, and Coach Hansen came to me and was like, "We would like to pull you up to play JV O-line." Man, once he told me that, it was my time. Nobody taking it from me.
The rest is history.
Hey, the rest is history, And so I got pulled up to play JV. I did good. I got my first varsity snaps against Stratford. When one of our O-linemen went down, we won that game. I made some big plays,
8th grade.
And then once 8th grade happened, freshman and now, hey,
man, what?
History.
I researched something, man, and you, as a 9th grader, you started on varsity.
Started,
and I do so much research. You had a guy named Ty Clark that ran behind you, and you was just a 9th grade. He rushed for 1,900 yards.
Yeah, that's my guy right there. I love that man.
So tell us a little bit. Who was Ty Clark to the viewers? Ty
Clark, if anybody don't know, that's Ty Clark. He's at Wake Forest right now going crazy. He just scored a touchdown last week.
Cool.
Behind, what's the running back from Wake Forest right now?
The star player. Yeah.
He nice. So he behind him, but he scored touchdowns. And freshman year, just blocking for that man, getting him his yards. Hey, you get him a hole, he gonna make things shake.
Right.
So we always pull behind me because I was a good puller, and I love contact, and I left tackle. He was good at moving people out the way so I can get through.
Right.
And so once he moved people out the way, I get to the second level, clear that linebacker out the way. Hey, it's hard to stop tied to second level.
Man, and let me explain something to the viewers. You hear about people starting as freshmen, but most of them be skilled players.
Yeah.
You might get some amazing skilled players, quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, D-backs. Bro, you an offensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you got to be a grown man to get in them trenches because you're playing against 18-year-olds. And you just beat something serious like brain cancer. So let's talk about, was there certain gear that you wore, like a certain helmet and things like that?
No. Like I said, 8th grade year, I came back because I had beat it 7th grade year. Mm. Well, really 6th grade year. And came back 8th grade year, and everything was fine.
Right.
And so I went up to high school, and I ain't had to wear no special gear, no nothing. Just had to be cautious, Everybody wears the Guardian during practice, so
right.
all we wore was Guardians.
I see you with that on. Mm-hmm. The first time I ever seen you, right? I always heard about
was it the East game last year?
East, the sophomore year. And I had no idea how physical you were. It was a rainy day.
Yeah.
And I came out there really expecting to see East show out, but it didn't go that way, man. Y'all was very physical with them, man. You was a man amongst boys. Mm-hmm. So I left the game talking about 64, and that's when I got a lot of, that's who I've been hearing about. But, man, y'all made a statement that game. It was rough for East that game. But your sophomore year, your freshman year, y'all go 11-2. Mm-hmm. Your sophomore year, y'all go in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Y'all make a little playoff run. You end up going 11-2 as well your sophomore year.
Yes, sir.
So y'all go to the playoffs and end up losing the BGA sophomore year, right?
No, we lost to CPA. CPA that year.
And is that the year before they went to the division they in now, right?
That is.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
They won the state championship game against BJ that year.
Sure did.
And
right.
That's when they moved up this year. So
talk about that sophomore year, that CPA game, and I know y'all was pretty young then, but the physicality of that, man, because I was on the sideline of a lot of CPA games, and they try to run the football.
Oh yeah, for sure. That game, it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, the physicality was there. I don't know if you familiar with Cruz Law. He at Memphis right now.
Okay.
But they always put him in a wildcat bunch, just let him run the ball. He was a big dude.
Right.
He played linebacker, and so we all, our D-line was good. Bobby Council, you probably know Bobby Council. We had Luke Matheson who went to UNC, and then we had me and Bradley Schmoke, Bradley Schmoke.
Okay.
And so they were going a wildcat bunch. We'll stack the box.
Right.
You stacked the box. Hey, they were still getting through. I don't know how, but man, you stop one way, he going the other way.
Right.
And then so. It was a big physical game. That was the funnest game I ever had in my life.
Man, you know what's something cool about CPA, man, is they coach, bro.
Yeah.
Coach Martin. Mm-hmm. Man, he was one of the best athletes I ever seen in my life on the high school level.
Okay.
And he went to the University of Florida.
For real?
Got a national title. I think he shared snaps with C.J. Leak. They had a quarterback back then. And in high school, he was all everything in the NBA. Mm-hmm. And then he was so good, bro. He transferred down to Furman and won a national championship there. Went to the NFL and played behind in Green Bay. I want to say, I don't know if Favre or Rodgers was there. Could have been both of them. But, man, he amazing dude. So that's why they get that mentality from the CPA, man. So what's the mindset, man, after your sophomore year, leading into this year right here, your junior year? What's the mindset in the locker room?
The mindset this year, because last year, we had some great seniors, and that's when Ty Clark was still there.
Right.
And so we lost them. And, this year we only had 7 seniors, and that was all we have a pretty young team.
Right.
So we knew it was gonna be some obstacles we had to get over, but we knew we wanted it a lot more than a lot of teams did. Right. Obviously it didn't end out in our favor, the state championship game this year, but we knew that we can do it. We had some doubts at first because us being young, not having many leaders, But as soon as when we stepped on the field, it was game, you know.
Man, FRA is definitely on the map, man. I mean, I love y'all are one team that I love to go see play from Fletcher and linebacker. I feel like he's one of the best linebackers in the state. I like number 3,
Jay Rush.
You got the big safety, number 0.
Morris Sanders.
Yeah, he just committed to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And Mike Hassel, man, one of my favorite guys, man, Mr. Do It All.
Yeah.
And he's also one of the guys you talk about with baseball. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all definitely had the playmakers, man, and y'all definitely making noise within the city. And y'all was undefeated all which 6-7-0. When did y'all play against Antioch?
We was I think 7-0 at the time. Yes. I think it was 7-0.
So with being 7-0, what's the motivation every week, man? You know, those undefeated seasons. I mean, is you always kind of glad because y'all beat BGA during the season. Let's talk about that game.
Yeah.
That was a rough one. Y'all won by a touchdown?
We won by a touchdown.
Talk about their first game.
That game, we won it. First of all, let's talk about the preparation for the week leading up to that. Preparation was great. You know, we knew we lost to them last year. Or no, we lost to them last year, and man, we didn't want to lose again, and we knew we weren't gonna lose again, and so we went into that game thinking like this our game, and then the game happened, game started, we went down 14-0, but we didn't give up at all, because that's football. You gotta go down. We went in the locker room. Our defensive coach, Coach Sanders, he talked to us, and then the offensive coach, Coach Geis, you know, he talked to us, and something clicked in our head. We was like, they don't want it more than us.
Right. And,
you know, we came out. We were stopping them. We were scoring. Shout out to my boy Cam Glenn. He played running back last year. He was our starting running back last year. Cool. He tore his ACL against them, actually, last year. And he came back, and he got moved to a new position called F. And, man, we gave him, I think it was like a F go. And we gave him the ball, and he scored. He put us on the board first, and that gave us the momentum right there. And we knew we had the game in our hands. Once we got that first touchdown and we were stopping them, we knew it was going to be ball game.
Definitely, man. That was sky's the limit, man. It was a big win all over the city and state. They was talking about that. But I know sometimes when you get humble sometimes, man. You know, we overlook certain people, and y'all win that game and end up dropping the game.
Yeah.
Against Antioch. I know y'all had a lot of injuries going around. I know Fletcher was hurt, a lot of injuries, but sometimes those games get us back on point when we lose to somebody that we shouldn't lose to. You see what I'm saying? Or feel like we shouldn't lose to. Man, that was a shootout, man. That was a crazy game
right there.
62-64.
Yeah.
How was it going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the country
my boy Andre Adams. That boy nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. He nice. And you know, going against a good quarterback like that, you gotta be well on defense because he can run the ball, he can throw it.
Oh yeah.
And so you know, we stopped the run. They couldn't run the ball, and so they resorted to passing the ball. Which they had some good receivers. Number 1, Brandon Galladay, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
He was pretty good. And then by that they had number 14, Khalil Ferguson, which he's pretty good. And but going against Andre, man, you get back at to him, and he busts out another way. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't a slow cat. He fast. And so you know, going against them, it was fun. You know, it was a lot of trash talk on the field.
Yeah, I know.
And but once we went down, we was like, hold on, we not playing like ourselves. So halftime came. We went in the locker room. We just yelling at each other, mad because like we shouldn't be losing this game, even though we lost. But after halftime, we started coming back. You know, they started down themselves. Like, hold on, like you know what I'm saying. But Andre kept his head on. Andre kept his head straight, and he led them to victory. You know, but it was a shootout. We came back. My hats off to him. It's a great cat right there.
It ended up being 62-64, man. It was one of the most exciting games I ever seen. I know, like for a player, you like this was sloppy. We didn't do this right. We didn't do that right. But just seeing all the scoring back and forth and the run y'all made, man, that was tight. But you know, in losses, it's not an L, it's a lesson.
Yeah.
And I know they got y'all back focused, man. Y'all go on a run again. Talk about leading into the playoffs. I mean, with you being one of the leaders in the locker room. Yeah. I know they had a lot of players step up, like we were talking about Dylan earlier.
Yeah.
And my guy Melo. You know what I mean? The young guys, now they experienced a little bit. But, like, what's the playoff atmosphere like locker room-wise?
Playoff mindset is 0-0. You know,
right.
Other games don't matter. We got these four, these four, and there's win to go home. So that first playoff game came, and we knew we didn't want to go home.
Right.
We had a statement to make. So preparation for all them weeks, you know, it was great. We knew we didn't want to lose, so we went out there and played like we had a chip on our shoulder, and we weren't even the underdogs. The other teams was, but we went out there like we was the underdogs. And when you go out there with the underdog mentality, it's kind of hard to beat. Yeah. So yeah,
and that's probably been a great team. Like I played under the great Ron Adelot. We was at Hillsborough. We was very successful, going to 3 state championships, and like one of the things that motivated us, like in them games that we know we should win. Like he used to preach, man. You kill an ant with a sledgehammer. Yeah, you don't even give them a chance. So a lot of times it's good to take it personal against any and everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you playing both sides of the ball. What side of the ball do you like more?
I like defense side of the ball. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
This most people don't like it, but taking on a double team and making some offensive linemen look stupid.
Right.
Hey, that's pretty fun right there.
Yeah. So you like disrupting things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, I'm not gonna knock the offensive side of the ball. I'm kind of hard to beat.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not kind of. I am hard to beat on the offensive side of the ball. So. But defense is, you know.
Man, you very athletic, man, and you know you can move, so you see a lot of that at the next level.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm very excited to see like what the future holds.
Yeah.
So, we go into this matchup, the rematch, state championship, cold outside.
Yeah.
I mean, they got revenge on their mind. Y'all want the gold ball. Like, talk to us about that day.
This is our first year. This is my first year there in 34 years.
Big.
So we hype. We lit in the locker room. You know, energy there. But we also know that they was here last year and they lost on this field last year. So they was back for blood, and we beat them prior to that game in the postseason. So not postseason, in season, right? Regular season game.
Yeah, regular season. Yeah.
So you know, we knew it was gonna be a dog fight. Came out starting out the game, we had some mistakes. Shot ourselves in the foot. Then defense, you know, you gotta stop a good team by eliminating the quarterback. You know, they had a good quarterback, so you know he made some plays. They receivers made a lot of plays. They got some good. They got a good freshman over there.
Yeah.
And
is it Porter, one of them guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got going, and once they get going, it's kind of hard to stop. But you know, we still fought. You know, obviously it didn't end in our favor, but you know, going into that game, we was thinking it's us, and then you know we had made mistakes and killed ourselves.
And like you say, man, you know, y'all made history, even getting now.
Yeah.
And we know that y'all have beat them one time. They won the game when they counted, but I mean, that's gonna be a lot of motivation leading in the next season.
Yeah, for sure.
I got an interesting stat for you. I noticed that y'all play good defense, but in the only two games you lost this year, you gave up over 60 points.
Yeah.
So that's motivation going into the defense. I can only imagine next year they still gonna be kind of peed off about that. So you know what I mean? That's motivation. Cause when you're a great team like y'all, you got to use little things like that to motivate yourself. Like somebody put up 60 on us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that BGA, you mentioned the quarterback. What was his classification?
He was a senior. He graduated this year. So
okay, cool. We ain't got to worry about him.
I mean, I don't go worry about him, but they got I think they got a decent backup coming up.
Coming in. Yeah.
So.
Right, and they young. They kind of young too.
Never knock somebody, you know, until you play them, you know.
No, most definitely. Man, just looking at your work, man, your line of work and what you done put together, man, so far, man. Like even as a freshman, bro, you won things like all region and things like that. You're a 3-time first team all region.
Yeah, that's true.
2-time all state. This year you make your 3rd time all state, 615 Preps lineman of the year, all mid state. What are some of the other awards that you have won since? Well, you in the running for some big award, right?
I'm in the running for Defensive Player of the Year.
Right.
With a bunch of big folks like Zach Groves, Joel Wyatt.
Right.
So just even being in that, you know, category with all those big guys, you know. It's a great feeling, especially this year. And I ain't even put up my best stats on defense, so just even knowing that like I put up some good stats on defense to even get nominated for that award is just great. And then so yeah,
man, you definitely, man, disrupting on both sides of the ball, man, and you're only gonna get better, man. And just to hear about you, bro, and know you got another year. All that was done in
junior year,
man. So just man, what's the goal next year, like personal and team wise?
Goal next year is to win it all.
Right.
You know, that's always the goal. But team wise, hey, just know we coming.
Right.
Hey, we got a lot of guys returning. Got a lot, some guys coming in. A lot of guys starting to step up. Like you said, Melo, Dylan. Right. They go be straight next year. You know, they got through in the fire this year, freshmen. No, you know that's the hard thing to do. Going against all good guys, get through in the fire. But they made things happen. And my big guy Willis, he also freshman. He started center this year.
Right.
And that's really getting thrown in the fire. Starting in the trenches as a center, that's one of the hardest things to do, and he did it. So next year, you know, we coming, we ready, and I'm just happy to see what we go do.
Man, one thing I like to really focus in on when I talk to guys like yourself, man, is like just enjoy it, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's so business like all the time, bro. You know, you always hearing about transfer portals and college scholarships and all that. Man, sometimes you just got to be a kid, bro, and enjoy it because you only get one senior year.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's my thing to you, man. Enjoy it, bro. I mean, you're a great young man and you're doing great things, man. And you will be a beast next year. I look forward to seeing you on the next level and things like that. Let's talk about before we go. Let's talk about track, man. You been out there on that track, man. What you got going on with the track, man?
And track, I throw shot put, and I do discus a little bit. So last year was my first year ever doing it. I ain't never touched the track if it wasn't for a football workout.
Right.
And so I did it. My coach Fran, she welcomed me with open arms. Well, first of all, she saw me my freshman year. I had went down there to track meet to talk to some of my guys that was on the O-line that did it. And she was like, "Oh my God, you're big. Like we would love to have you." So I had just recently quit baseball that freshman year. I was like, you know what? I don't like sitting around. That's one thing I'm not gonna ever sit around. So I was like, let me find something to do. And it's also a good like outlet to let me like do some football training like outside of it. Right. And so I started it last year. Went to state, came in fourth as a sophomore who first didn't even pick up a 12-pound steel ball. Right. And then did some big things for my team. Like we had the city meet, and all of our discus stores they needed some more points, and it's like a thing you need points to like place yourself in your region. And so I had jumped in the discus circle. I ain't never throw this. I came at fourth place in that. And I was like, oh, that's a big thing, you know. So this year I'm coming back. I got nominated for. I was not nominated, but I got picked for captain this year as a junior to lead the young guys and the older guys. So I'm just happy. I'm ready.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I look forward to seeing that as well, man. Yeah. So what's up, man? What's one of the things you're doing nowadays, man? Just
right now, working out. I haven't started back football training yet, but I'm starting back soon. I took them 3 weeks off, so you
been watching the college football?
I have.
Who you rocking with?
Right now, low key Miami looking nice, but also Ole Miss in Indiana. I just saw Ole Miss just beat Georgia the other day. Well, yeah. And then obviously rocking with my guy Marcel Reed from Texas A&M. You know they had a good run.
No, they did.
But yeah, like. I mean, I don't really got a favorite team, but I like watching teams that like, you know, I watch the game and be like, oh yeah, I think they go win.
Man, I watched Indiana, bro. They was real smash mouth, man. Yeah. I mean, what they did to Alabama was impressive. So I'm really just eager to see what's gonna happen, man. Yeah. What about NFL, man?
I don't too much rock with the NFL.
Man, I ain't been rocking with the NFL this year for some reason, man.
You know, it's a little weird to me. Yeah, but college football is where it's at for real, though. But I never grew up watching NFL football, though. You know, my dad was a Florida fan. I grew up watching college football. My granddad was a Tennessee fan.
More exciting, ain't it?
So it's like you in the house with dad and granddad, they'll be arguing about which team is better. So I'm just watching the game. Little me, I don't know what's going on for real.
Man, speaking of family, man, you know, we talked earlier in the podcast about, you beating brain cancer and having a tumor removed, man. Just tell the viewers like what family mean to you, man.
When I was going through that, my family came to me, supporting me. My dad had lived in Clarksville at the time, so he made the trip down. You know, my dad and mom would flip flop coming to Atlanta with me, or they were both in Atlanta with me. But like, you know, my mom would go home, you know, get some time to herself. My dad would stay with me. My dad would go home, get some time to herself. My mom would stay with me. Yeah. And also when I was in the hospital, when I have to stay overnight, you know, they'll both stay up there with me, even though they were separated. They'll both stay up there with me, and you know, my dad needs to go somewhere. My mom be there with me. My mom needs to go somewhere. My dad be there with me. So it was like. And also my aunts, uncles, cousins, even my big sister, they was all supporting. Yeah, I got one older sister. She's 23. Yeah, that's my rock right there. I love her.
She your mama?
Nah. I mean, she try to be. You know, I treat her like she's like I'm always asking for money. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But that's my rock though. I do anything for her. I love her. Also, my mom. It's my strongest soldier right there. That's the person I look up to every day. Right. You think most people they dads and stuff, but nah, that's my mom. You know, just the sacrifice she make for me. To like even go to the school I even go to, is just, you know, so
man, you making them proud, bro. Yeah, I mean, you making me proud just listening to you, bro.
That's what I try to do. You know, they didn't put so much effort into me, driving me all over the, you know, not world but states to play baseball, you know, football. So like, I want to make it back for them. So you know, I'm trying my best. I'm not perfect. Ain't nobody perfect but God. You know, so. You know, I put all my work into his hands, you know, and I let him lead me in this journey. So
that's the best way to be, man. And man, it's a pleasure having you on the show, man. Yes, sir, Keilan, man. I look forward to having you again, man. Just, man, your story is motivating. You gonna be great. You already great, man. I want to shake your hand, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
man,
sir.
Overcoming the odds, bro. For
yes,
real,
sir.
beating the odds, man. But we want to thank y'all for watching another episode of Big Fridge Sports Talk, man. I got the great Keilan Neal here with me, man, and man, great things to come, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank y'all for tuning in with me and Fridge, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.
For sure. From the trenches.
From the trenches, yeah.
All right.
Let's talk about it. My ear to the street, they talking about me. Let's talk about it.